I thought about all the clients that I worked with in the past and then myself feeling this way and knowing that if somehow I can make a difference by really providing support to the individuals who are homebound, who are struggling with the loneliness and in a sense, sometimes feeling that rejection that they may be going through, that they don't feel like they can connect with others.
Hey, this is Matt Helton with OneTrust Home Loans, your reverse mortgage experts, and you found the Serving Senior podcast. Now, this is the podcast where we highlight those businesses and those individuals that help seniors not just get by or not just survive, but thrive in retirement and those golden years. And we have an awesome guest today. We have Miss Davina McLean-Randall, and she created a unique business called A Caring Voice for You. And I'll let her share with you today how she serves seniors at a super high level. Davina, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing well, Matt. Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I know when we met on Alignable, a few months ago, I was super impressed with you, and I knew that this thing was going to take off. And it sounds like you're going to need some more caring voices to help you. You've been serving so many seniors here lately.
Absolutely. We enjoy making a difference in the lives of individuals, just connecting with them on a regular basis to provide support in a variety of ways.
Okay.
Our main goal is to really increase the joy and decrease stress, loneliness, anything that you may be going through that you're having trouble with in your life. Our goal is to reduce that and increase joy in individuals' life.
That's awesome. I'm sure there's some non-seniors that could use some joy, but I'm glad you focused on seniors because they definitely need some help in today's.
Absolutely.
We found a lot of people would like to know who they're working with and kind of get to know, see if you would be a good person for them to hire for them or maybe hire for their clients, or even maybe some seniors' kids could be on here listening. So maybe give us some background, like where are you from? What'd you do in the past? How'd you get so happy? We'd love to hear those type of things.
Absolutely. I would love to share that. So again, my name is Davina McLean-Randall. My background is in special education, but also counseling. So I've counseled many individuals for years, from children to adults, to older adults and veterans. Name it, I've connected with these individuals and I counseled them and provided support to them in a variety of situations, from families in crisis and on. So throughout my years of counseling, I have had the opportunity to work with individuals who were struggling and just trying to figure out ways to get through moments where, through life transitions, it was really tough for them. And a common theme that I've noticed when going through these sessions with these individuals is loneliness, stress, and it dawned on me one day. If they're going through this on a continuous basis, there's something that needs to be done. Fast forward a few years later, I myself went through a series of loneliness. I went through the loss of several family members in a short period of time. In addition to that, I was homebound myself through being sick. So not only did I go through losing the loss of loved ones, but then I was sick as well and home. And I did have family, friends, people around me, but I felt like I couldn't connect with anyone. I didn't feel like anyone truly understood what I was going through. And that's how A Caring Voice for You was created. I thought about all the clients that I worked with in the past and then myself feeling this way and knowing that if somehow I can make a difference by really providing support to the individuals who are homebound, who are struggling with the loneliness and in a sense, sometimes feeling that rejection that they may be going through, that they don't feel like they can connect with others, I really can make a difference. So that was kind of how A Caring Voice for You was born.
Really? Wow. That's awesome. That is so cool. Well, maybe could you share like when you started, what you thought it was going to turn into, and maybe either some things that happened that maybe didn't go as well, or also some things that kind of unfolded that were better than you thought as you've kind of rolled this business out?
Of course. So, starting out, I've always started focusing. My goal was to work with older adults.
Mm.
Working with older adults in the community, I knew just growing up and without throughout my own family and in the community, that my passion was really connecting with older adults, really making a difference in their lives. Just going through counseling sessions, I knew that was kind of like my main focus. And again, my background is in special education. That was the start of my career. So I knew that individuals who were, in the special education setting after they turn 21 and they age out of school, often they don't have anything going on either. So, um, I knew in the beginning that was my main population, older adults and individuals with disabilities, and I stuck with that for quite a while. But then, as I started to move forward with connecting with individuals and talking with them, and also listening to the nation, there's a big need in the nation for anyone. That is going through stress and loneliness. There's kind of like a significant need in it nationally. And I realized that not only was it seniors and not only was it individuals with disabilities, but there's a significant increase in people just in general who are
Mhm.
struggling with the same thing. So I started to branch out and connect with anyone who's in need, specifically college students as they
Wow.
transition into high school to college, and so many other people who are struggling. Individuals who are going through divorce, individuals who are struggling with keeping secrets or things that they've been through that they would like to share with individuals. We're somewhat of just a group of individuals who can provide that listening ear, that support for people who are in need, especially caregivers who struggle with feeling a sense of loneliness because they have a lot of stress and a lot of responsibility on their shoulders, and they need support as well. So, um, you know, we connect and provide support to a wide variety of people throughout various transitions of their lives, to really just make a difference.
That's so cool. So that's where that counseling background's really coming to the forefront, it sounds like.
Absolutely. It does come into play quite a bit. We not only listen and provide support, but we provide resources as well. And we service individuals nationwide. So not only can we talk to individuals and give them that support and listening ear, but we provide those resources needed in their local area, which is very important. Because so often, for example, caregivers or an individual may reach out and know that they need or are in need of something. And we may have that list of resources or ways to connect them with other agencies and supports in their local area to really make a difference and an impact in their lives.
Wow, that's great. Well, maybe you could share what are in general some of those resources that seem to be come up over and over as you're helping people that you recommend.
Absolutely. For example, reaching out, a loved one or a caregiver may reach out to provide support for one of their family members. It may be a parent or aunt or uncle who would like to just stay at home. A lot of individuals, they don't want to shift when they know that they're struggling with their health, to an independent living facility, or they don't want to shift and go out of their home. So they reach out to us to gain an understanding, provide access to provide some health and happiness support, which is reaching out to them to, do check-in phone calls. But then they may also need support within their home. So we partner and connect with local home agencies in various parts of the country. And we offer just a list of these agencies to the individual who may need that support and just a little bit extra push so that they can stay home and age in place.
Got it. Oh, nice. So you guys working on the mental side, and then you've got some people that can really help them on the physical side if they're having those challenges.
Yes, exactly. The best thing about partnering with other agencies and providing that support together is that we're better together. We're better together to give the individual who's in need the support so they're not looking. Sometimes it's very tough for caregivers or individuals to continuously look. And sometimes they feel like it may be a dead end when they're constantly calling. And time is precious. reaching out and calling several different agencies is not ideal. So if they can call one resource and receive the list of dependable, quality other resources in their local community that we, as a sense, very much trust, it may be easier for them to feel like they can be supported in whatever they may be going through.
That's great. That is so cool. Well, maybe share with us some of your background as far as your qualities, or I like to use the phrase superpowers, maybe some of your superpowers that's allowed you to get this business going and allowing you to serve seniors and all people that could use this great service.
Yeah, so I think, well, I don't really call it superpowers at all, but I feel like just truly understanding the need of people, knowing that people are in need of love, they're in need of support, they're in need for someone to listen to them and truly care. We all are in a sense. I don't know for myself, and maybe some other people can agree, but I've been through a sense of loneliness and stress, and have gone through different, I call it roller coasters of life, to where there's ups and downs and struggles and trials, and knowing that someone is there is very important. According to the CDC, 1 in 3 adults feel lonely, and 1 in 4 adults lack emotional support. So when you know that those people are struggling, they need the support, and of course, as an individual who has family members that are in need, I have a lot of aunts and uncles, and a mother and a father who's in need as well. And then of course the list goes on. People who have always been in my life, I know that the need is significant to really provide that support to them, especially as they're getting older.
Yeah.
And the focus is really to help them to do what they want. What is their goal, to age in place or to really get the support? And a lot of the family members and individuals that I'm in contact with, they prefer to age in place with supports for as long as they possibly can.
That's great. Oh, that's awesome. Good to hear that. That's fantastic. So it sounds like one of the big twists in your business was there's people of all ages, not just seniors that really need this service. Have you found that it seems to be a common theme with people there? Is it loneliness because of family situations, loneliness because of the state of the world, loneliness because they're always on social media, think you're more social, but you're less social? I guess, what are you kind of seeing as a theme, I guess, on a lot of this loneliness?
I think from my perspective, I do believe that the loneliness and the isolation has a lot to do with social media. I can remember back when I was growing up, in the 80s, that I don't know about you, Matt, but we went outside a lot and we communicated a lot with individuals in person. And now that's has gone down quite a bit. There's not a lot of people communicating with each other in person. It's more of online. And I think yes, we can see each other online, and yes, we can talk to each other online, but it's something about that personal touch. It's something about that face-to-face communication when you're actually in person that truly makes a difference. Or to really just communicate with them on a regular basis. Sometimes having an individual where you're communicating with them, but it's just here and there, and it's not on a regular basis, it does make a difference to really reach out, provide that support, and really get to know that individual to make a difference.
That's awesome. And I know you've said the word regular basis a couple of times, so maybe could you share with the listeners exactly what you do and how it works? We know it's talking to seniors or people that are lonely, but maybe share some examples of people that you've met and strategy you implemented and how it helped them.
Yes. So a couple of our services that we provide one is called a health and happiness. A health and happiness service it reflects and provides support to the loved one. Typically, a caregiver will reach out, request support for us to make a phone call check-in with their loved one. for a reminder phone call. It can be a reminder to take their medication or eat a meal, to lock the door. The list goes on and on. So we'll do that. We'll provide that phone call wellness check-in to that individual. Depending on how often, it depends on what the caregiver or that loved one will need. So we'll do that on a regular basis to just check in with them. And then also the best thing about the health and happiness is that we will send a text message, phone call, or an email updating that loved one on the individual status after we make that phone call to them. So that's something that we provide. We also provide a service called Friendship Connections. And I think, honestly, this one is probably my favorite because Friendship Connections will get older together to talk. Now, this is only for older adults, and it's for typically anyone who is homebound or in need of someone to talk to, just to have a conversation. I have known that a lot of our clients enjoy talking with another senior over the phone to share and reminisce from things that happened in their era, to just have that conversation for when they need to. And with Friendship Connections, the individual not only will connect with one individual, the older adult will not only connect with one individual, but they can connect with a variety of individuals based on their common interests and experiences. So at the start of their service will interview them to determine what is it that they're looking for, what goals are they seeking to meet when they connect with another person over the phone. And then we'll connect the two individuals together at a scheduled time, allow them to talk, share, laugh. Often I hear that the older adults are very fond of just connecting and reminiscing about old times or sharing about current events that's happening. So that's another service that we have called Friendship Connections. Then we also have compassion calls for individuals who may not want to talk with another person over the phone that they may not know, but they may want to talk with myself or another of the workers that work here, and provide that one-on-one conversation. And the best thing about compassion calls is that a lot of individuals I hear give us feedback that they enjoy talking to the same person, and giving them an update on things that's happening in their lives, and they feel comfortable. So those are our three main packages for older adults to use through a caring voice for you. We also have other packages, but those are the three main ones that older adults really use.
That's so cool. It's like telephone pen pals I like that, the connections.
Yes. Of course, yes, it is in a sense telephone pen pals, and it's great because often, older adults, if they're homebound, it's hard for them to get out. It's hard for them to make connections with people. It's hard for them to have a conversation other than with their loved ones or their family members. And I often hear when I get phone calls from the older adults that they feel like they're bothering their family. They feel like they're bothering their kids or, individuals who they have those already pre-established relationships with, and they want to make new connections, but it's hard if they're not getting out of the home.
Wow. That is so cool. That's great. Well, maybe share, if you could, do you have a couple examples of people that you've worked with and kind of how it's impacted them?
Absolutely. So one individual that we worked with, we received a phone call from a woman that was in need of someone to just check in on her on a regular basis, on a daily basis. She just wanted a simple phone call to make sure that she was doing well in her home. She didn't have any family. She didn't have any friends that she felt she could count on to make sure that they would reach out to her on a daily basis. She had 2 small dogs, and she just wanted to make sure that she was okay. So she reached out to us. We got her set up, and we make regular phone calls to her to just check in with her. Her goal was to know that she was okay. Someone was checking in on her. And if there was an issue, we develop a plan of action of what to do in case she did not answer the phone. So that's one example.
Wow.
Yeah. And I felt, I just felt really good making sure that she receives the support that she needs, because not having anyone to really connect with and make sure that you're okay can be somewhat scary. So that's one example. We get a lot of phone calls from family members who reach out, caregivers who need us to provide that wellness check-in for their loved ones who are home. And often the caregivers are working, or they have a lot going on. They have children of their own, who they spend a lot of time with those children in the career and everything else. So they reach out to us. We reach out to their family members, build that relationship with them on a regular basis by talking and connecting. And it's nice because we get to know them, they get to know us. We provide that support to them. They feel, I honestly believe they feel the love and joy that we provide through our phone calls to let them know that they are supported and they are loved through what we do on a regular basis. So
Wow. That's super cool. That's really cool. Now, maybe share before we run. It sounds like you mentioned that you can do this from seniors to high school, college kids all across the country. Is that accurate?
Yes, so it's college kids,
Okay.
college students who are in need of wellness check-ins. So typically it's parents. Parents will reach out to us. They know their college student is going off to college, or they have a college student that's already there and they're struggling. Sometimes students don't want to talk to their parents about things that may be going on, but they want someone to check in on them, make sure that they're okay, provide resources if they're in need. So what we do is we typically it's the parents that reach out, but some college students do too. If they're struggling with test taking, or just getting along with other college students, or just feeling like they don't fit in, they'll reach out. We'll do the wellness check-in. And with college students, we have a text messaging feature where we provide that ability for them to text in and schedule a time to meet, connect with them, provide resources and supports as they need it.
Okay, that's great. Well, you've been a wealth of knowledge, and thanks for sharing all this. Maybe if this resonated with someone that's listening, how's the best way for them to get in touch with you and to go deeper to learn more about how it could work for them personally?
They can always go to caringvoiceforyou.com and schedule an intake appointment there, or you're welcome to call us at 833-829-1088 and speak to myself or one of the other individuals, and we will give you a wealth of information on how we can support you, your family member, or you can partner with us.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, from the first time I met you and you said it was called A Caring Voice for You, that's immediately what I thought when I heard you talk, because I could see just listening to you talk and how you carry yourself, you can wholeheartedly feel that you definitely care, and your calming presence I could see really be helpful. So I can tell you're doing great things for seniors all the way down to college kids. So I'm super impressed with you and can't wait to share this with the world.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you having me on, and I look forward to learning more about what you do as well, and getting connected with all the individuals that are in need for care in the senior industry.
Well, you're so welcome. I look forward to that. And thanks again. Well, anything I didn't ask you that I should have asked you before we run?
Oh, wow. Well, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. The one thing I did want to share is if there is a senior agency or anyone in the area looking to receive support through A Caring Voice for You, and looking to kind of boost their business with us providing support, please feel free to reach out. I am partnering with a few other agencies, and you never know how we can maybe help each other out. It's always nice to join and partner with someone, because we're always better together.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you saying that. Thanks again. We look forward to having you on again in the future.
Thank you so much. Take care,
Yep.
Matt.
Thank you so much. And thank you for watching the Serving Senior podcast, where I highlight these awesome businesses that serve seniors at such a high level. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next episode. Have a great day. Thank you, Davina. Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Matt Helton with OneTrust Home Loans, home of retirement mortgage solutions. And we really do appreciate you checking out the Serving Seniors podcast today. Now, please go to the description down in the body of the podcast where you can subscribe to get future shows. Please click that notification button so you get notified when other shows drop. And also, if you can go to servingseniourspodcast.com, and we'd love to hear a comment about our show. We have a heart to serve seniors, and we have a heart to make sure seniors don't just survive retirement, don't just get by in retirement. We want to show seniors how to thrive in retirement. So if you know of anyone that's 55 and older that could use some extra cash flow, maybe the retirement's not going the way that they like, our retirement mortgage solutions are designed for folks, depending on the state, they're either 55 or 62 and older, to make sure that they have that kind of retirement that they want. As long as they own a home and they're in a good equity position, there could be some solutions that they may not have thought about, or maybe they've thought of and they just didn't know how they work. That's what we do. So anyone in that age group that could use some mortgage advice, my team and I would love to be able to help them. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you on the next show. Have a great day.